Okay, so here we go. Our last live today from the practice session. And I was just telling her that the test match vibe at Lords is something
Next
incredible.
level. It's absolutely
You
next
will
level.
see tomorrow morning when around 9 o'clock, 2 hours before, you will see St. John's Wood streaming. You will see people in their blazers and their MCC ties, and all of a sudden this whole place will be transformed. The buzz is electrifying, the members coming in, and that long room will be buzzing. You will see lots of champagne flowing around the tavernas, lots of pims and champagne in that Thomas Lord
The
suite
smell
area.
of beer filling the stadium once
It's
again.
the nursery ground where all the practice happened will be taken over by people, swarm of people, will the with the giant screen and everything. Absolutely amazing test match
I
cricket
will
in this stadium.
I will do you guys a service because Lords looks so beautiful right now with the clouds and everything. The sun is peeking out. It almost looks like it's a wallpaper or something. Look at that.
It's
It looks
resplendent in its beauty.
incredible. It looks incredible. I can't believe that this is real life. It's looking that beautiful.
Maybe a
And
tad less warm, and I would have been happier, but with the
we'll
sun off,
will I
we'll
am
take
still
this because
loving this.
Lords is just too good. This area around, brilliant. At one point in time, if I retire, I'll buy a place here, keep that, and we guys from Rev Sports will
We
come and
will
use it whenever we
we
want,
will visit quite often.
and watch all the games.
Watch all the
Watch all
games.
the games and cover.
Full rep sports team for every single game that happens in England.
Shomishta's brother has a place at West Hampstead, which
Uh-huh.
is 2 tube stations from here.
Okay.
He wants to sell it. My hand is up. My hand is up.
Great, great. We can turn it into an office, a bureau.
Yeah, the London bureau, and then you can move here and become the London bureau chief.
Ah,
Not bad.
a girl can dream. But anyway, let's talk about the practice session here. Tomorrow we will do an extensive video at 12 noon. We will talk about our 10 points from the practice session and what really stood out. But let's go back to the very start of the day. Let's start with the England
Yeah,
session.
let's
We
do a
have
wrap up of
yeah
everything.
a wrap up of whatever happened in this day throughout the day. That's a gigantic aeroplane.
Come on, that's a normal
No, it's
normal.
not. No, it's
Come on,
because
what are you
I've been
saying?
watching all the
Oof,
planes go by, and this looks extra big.
Gargi,
Anyway,
stick to
let's
cricket.
talk. Let's talk about the cricket now. England practice session. You saw Ben Duckett batting for very long, Ben Stokes batting for very long. But the one player that we were all looking out for, we were all excited to see, was obviously Jofra Archer, who did not bowl at all. Jofra Archer came in, he padded up, went into the nets, batted for a very long time, and as Boria was saying that, just wait. Now he'll start bowling. He's taking off his
And
pads, and he just walked off.
he just, it was like that story that the tiger will come, and I kept saying, okay, it'll happen, and he came out of the nets clearly giving us indications that he'd bowl. Nothing like that happened, and he disappeared. He just disappeared. This is sports science for you. This day and age, people don't really bowl the day ahead of a test match. So that kind of happened with Jofra Archer. I
Yeah.
did not see a single first team bowler bowl.
No.
There was no Archer. Bryden Cars, in fact, when we were sitting in front
He
of that,
went
he just
past us
went past us
multiple
to
times.
the physio session.
Yes,
He went
yes.
up to the indoor training academy. Chris Wokes did not bowl.
No.
Jofra did not bowl. Atkinson's not playing. Shoaib Bashir was the only first team bowler who bowled. But for a spinner, that's expected. Stokes did not bowl either. But Stokes had an extended batting session, which is expected
Which
again
is
because he's not
expected.
scored.
Yeah, he's not scored, and I think
Turn
I
off
think-
Wi-Fi.
turn off Wi-Fi. Okay, it's off. I'm on data.
Hello, don't
Don't give us
this thing.
faltu ka ye.
And
Was
use
that
mobile
Swapnil?
data. No, that's some Pavan sports fan.
How do you know what network I'm on? Come on. Anyway, I thought that was Swapnil. That's
इंग्लैंड का
why.
प्लेइंग 11 बता दो.
अरे बाबा,
इतना बार तो बताया.
बहुत सुबह से बता रहे हैं हम लोग. एक ही चेंज है, जोफ्रा आर्चर आ रहे हैं, जोस्टन बाहर बैठ रहे हैं. लेकिन अगर I was trying to make a point here. Ben Stokes. I think Ben Stokes will be itching to score some runs right now because their middle order is firing right now. Jamie Smith is scoring so many runs. Ollie Pope is scoring so many runs. I think also questions will be asked of Zach Crawley if he does not perform in this game.
I agree. I agree because Zach Crawley has been throwing his wicket away,
Yeah.
extra aggressive or ultra aggressive at the top of the order, and it hasn't really worked for Zach Crawley. So in that sense, I totally agree with you that it is not working for England. Ben Duckett, except that second innings at Leeds where England got
Hmm.
191 or something like that stand, where Zach Crawley batted beautifully.
Yeah.
But the other innings, first innings cut off into Jasprit Bumrah in almost squared up gone. Second test, first innings, first that night, aggressive shot gone. Second innings, expansive shot caught by Sai Sudarshan. So 3 out of 4 failures for Zach Crawley. So that's a big England batting, except a Jamie Smith and to an
Yeah.
extent a Harry
Harry
Brook
Brook.
has and Ben Duckett at the top, but a Joe Root, a Ben Stokes, a Zach Crawley have looked pretty suspect. 3 out of the top 6 haven't been in form. Joe Root hasn't really looked the part, but Joe Root, being Joe Root, had an extended session today. He's one of the best, if not the best, batter of our era. And I've said this: Joe Root Lords, big guys come and perform at big places. India should be wary of Joe Root because Joe Root is the real legend in this batting lineup. Jamie Smith has looked the best. I did a commentary piece on Jamie Smith today. You guys can go and check that. But Joe Root for me is the big boy. Is the big boy at Lords in front of the
Yeah.
members. He'd want to do the job.
Chris Wokes and Joe Root, I think, are the two players that you would want to look out for. You would want to get the wicket of Joe Root early, and you would want to negate Chris Wokes' spells, as cautiously as you possibly can, because he was looking extremely dangerous in that last game at Edgbaston as well.
This is his ground.
This is his ground. That's what I'm saying. Chris Wokes and Joe Root are the two players that you will try to negate. But
Joe Root, you've got to get in quick. Jamie Smith was looking sensationally
Oh,
good
yeah.
at the nets today. You can go and check the video that I have
and
done
Jamie
in the morning.
plays spin as well.
Very well.
So well.
Very well. And he was getting to the pitch of the ball, the feet were moving and expansive shots were coming out. You can show people how the pitch is covered now. Is that possible? Can we show that?
Of course we can.
You can see, folks, the pitch now. If Gargi can turn it around, there you go. The Hoover cover covering
on.
the square. It is not supposed to rain, but they will take no chances. You can see the pavilion end where the Indian change room is. You can see all the players in the balcony. Can you see the Indian players in the balcony, Gargi?
No, I can see it.
They
but
can't.
They can't. I can
but
see
you can
it.
see the Indian players in that balcony. That is a very famed balcony. That's
You're
where
going to
Kapil
see
Dev.
a lot of pictures from these players because they've been doing it all day
Yeah,
long.
all day, and you will see that Kapil Dev lifting the World Cup trophy. That same balcony. Saurav Ganguly waving his shirt, which Gargi Raut is trying to enact now here, like like a leader here. ऐसे कर रहा था वो कर रहे हैं अभी. So that is also from that famed balcony. करके दिखाइए. Saurav Ganguly.
All
There's the Gargi Ganguly doing. Okay.
Karthi Ganguly.
What
Okay,
would
but
be the Indian 11 for tomorrow? Asks Amog Ankad. There's a super chat.
I think there will be one change. There are obviously, you have little doubts about certain players, but the way I'm seeing it, India will not want to touch the winning combination. So I think there's only going to be one change, which is Jofra Archer. Jasprit Bumrah comes in for Prasidh Krishna. The other thing that I'm slightly no, I don't think so. That's it. Those are the changes for me. I keep thinking about Karun Nair or a Washington Sundar, but then I think there's no way that that's changing with the fact that Jofra Archer is coming in.
I kind of agree. आप 1 मिनट लो, मैं त्रिशा का फोन आ रहा था, मैं उसको बता देता हूँ. 10 minutes more in the live, in the stands.
Okay. So I think I'm only expecting to see one change. If there are any more, I'd be pretty surprised to see what happens.
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सवाल ले लेते.
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सवाल ले लेते हैं. So that would be my Indian 11 for tomorrow. Will Washington play tomorrow? Seems like a Sambit. Sambit Das is asking. Either Shardul will play on the basis of the pitch. Okay, go ahead. And India should make more plans for Jamie Smith and Ben Duckett. Yeah, we were just saying that.
Ben Duckett, Jasprit Bumrah back. They will want Jasprit Bumrah to get him with that slope. They will have Akashdeep who's moving the ball. They've got Mohammad Siraj. But for Jamie Smith, India needs plans. Absolutely. Maybe a Jasprit Bumrah second spell. They will have to make plans because he's looking really, really stellar. Whoever asked that question knows his cricket. Ben Duckett has been the best England batter on show.
Okay, freaking awesome.
By the way, folks, you've got red. Have you got anything red?
No.
try and see if you got anything red. Wear red tomorrow. It's like pink, so it's all red tomorrow. It's the Andrew Strauss Foundation. Everything's red because it's for the Ruth Strauss Foundation. Tomorrow it's all red. So whoever it's everything will be red tomorrow at Lords. So try and wear something red
Okay.
because
All right.
it's for the death of a parent.
charity?
Yeah, it's yeah because death of a parent with children who have lost their parents. So it's for children. It's for children who have lost their parents. It's a charity, the Ruth Strauss Foundation. So it is a very significant cause. Lords will be red tomorrow, absolutely red tomorrow. The English team will wear red caps, so they will wear red. We will also try and wear red. So Miss Raut has a job to buy something red for tonight.
Freaking Awesome is saying, Boria sir, this is the 149th test at Lords. Most number of tests hosted by a venue. Besides Lords, only MCG, SCG and Kennington Oval have hosted more than 100 tests.
It's only obvious, isn't it? Because at one point in time, colonial times, 1877, England and Australia, and these are the two countries that played maximum number of tests played between each other. So
Yes.
these were the two countries that started, and then South Africa came in, then the West Indies and India. So it's pretty obvious that Lords and the four grounds you've mentioned, MCG, SCG, and Oval, will be in the top four.
Okay. Can Shardul play instead of Washi going by the nature of the pitch and track record of Lords where two spinners is a luxury? Washi a tremendous batter though.
That's the point.
That's-
India
yeah.
would. I've read some of your pieces, good stuff. I've read some of your pieces, good stuff. Yeah, yeah. So Washi, given his batting ability and the nature of the partnership, I do think Washi still has that upper hand. I wouldn't mind Shardul playing. I wouldn't mind Shardul playing at all. But Washington Sundar getting dropped on the back of what he's done at Edgbaston in Birmingham, I'll be very surprised.
Surat, by the way, last 5 minutes?
Yeah, max.
Yeah. Surat
कितना मिनट
Singh,
हुआ, कितना मिनट है?
11 minutes.
हाँ, और 5 मिनट करो, खत्म करते हैं.
Okay, Surat Singh is
नहीं,
saying
इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ, सारे सवाल ले लेते हैं.
Nitish is currently out of form. One match.
एक ही innings, what one match?
One innings. Match. चलो match भी नहीं कहते, innings.
सेकेंड इनिंग्स आप काउंट ही मत करो यार. एक ही बॉल में आके उसको मारने के लिए कहा. इंडिया डिक्लेरेशन वाज राउंड द कॉर्नर. आप क्या बोल रहे हो आउट ऑफ फॉर्म. एक ही इनिंग्स में एक रॉन्ग जजमेंट था. एक इनिंग्स में अगर आप किसी को ड्रॉप कर देते हो तो फायदा क्या है? तो फिर
तो
लॉन्ग
कोई
रन
player नहीं
सिक्योरिटी
बनेगा
कोई भी
भाई.
एग्जैक्टली कोई भी प्लेयर का कोई भी सिक्योरिटी नहीं है. फिर खत्म
किसी
करो.
का करियर ही नहीं बनेगा फिर. Look, you're getting a call.
भाविशा, I'll call भाविशा.
Yeah. What might be the ideal first innings score? पहले देखना पड़ेगा. एक बार सुबह पिच देख ले.
It's certainly not that's Sundara here. He used to work for me, and I think he now is part of. I just mentioned you. I just saw you and mentioned you. Good, very good. So he used to for the Monkey Gate tour. He traveled with me.
Okay.
Kind of his journalistic career. I was his sports editor in
Sambit
Times.
Das is asking, is there any chance of replacing Karun Nair with Abhimanyu Easwaran?
You actually made that point, and it was an interesting point, but I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, and I made that point, or let's say I thought about it for a second and entertained that thought for a second, because KL Rahul, who usually bats and rotates the strike with Yashasvi Jaiswal in the net session, was actually doing it with Abhimanyu Easwaran. And I'm sitting there thinking, why is Abhimanyu Easwaran getting this extensive and intense batting session? But when you really think about the larger picture, it does not make sense that you drop a Karun Nair and have an Abhimanyu Easwaran in the team when you already have a Sai Sudarshan waiting in the sidelines. It doesn't make sense. Okay, will Shardul play instead of Thakur?
Shardul play instead of Thakur? ये दादा ये क्या हो गया? ये तो ठाकुर पैर दे दे ठाकुर, हाथ दे दे ठाकुर. क्या हो गया था वो? ये हाथ मुझे दे दे ठाकुर.
पंत को बोलना बशीर से आउट ना हो.
बता देंगे उसको।
उनका वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस वाला बताओ ना।
हाँ वो ये साहिल ने पूछा था उसको कि ऑल ऑफ अ सडन बोलता है कि आप तो खुद को रेन इन कर रहे हो, खुद को रेन इन कर रहे हो, नहीं तो आप इजीली उसको 4 छक्के मार सकते हो। वो भी हंसना शुरू कर दिया कि यार ये क्या बोल रहा है। I mean, it was bizarre,
Sahil has
but
been on
oh,
fire with
oh
these
boy,
questions.
and Rishabh started laughing कि भाई क्या बोल रहा है तुम, but yes, Rishabh was like, I'm taking it every ball and enjoying my batting quite a bit
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, final couple of comments and then we can wrap up the show. Even Vok's pace is down. Vok's का second innings में pace down हुआ था because they bowled
ball
so
कर रहे हैं बाबा.
much. They bowled so much. How can any human possibly keep up with that pace after bowling how many total overs?
150 plus 100, 250 overs in one match.
250 overs in one match. Imagine the workload on the faster bowlers. No
इनको और
wonder
करवाओ
they.
ऐसे.
हाँ ये तो है. No wonder they cancelled the first practice and none of the bowlers bowled today as well. So you understand how harsh that was on their
एक
bodies.
स्टोरी सुनो. बिशन बेदी 1990 टूर
Let's
मैनेजर
end with
थे.
this story.
Okay, done. So बिशन बेदी was the manager of the 1990 tour. मनोज प्रभाकर tells me this story कुछ दिन बाद. So I said यार आप लोगों में बिशन पाजी ने तो बहुत फिटनेस ड्रिल करवाया आपको, ये करवाया वो करवाया. मनोज प्रभाकर चुपचाप सुन रहा है. So थोड़ी देर बाद मेरे को बोलता है हाँ क्या होता था पता है. I said क्या है. He said हम लोगों को इतना भगाया तो मैंने एक दिन बिशन पाजी से जाके कहा कि देखिए बॉल डालने के बाद बॉल पहुंचे ना पहुंचे हम लोग प्लेयर के बैटर के पास पहुंच जाएंगे. so, हम लोग को ऐसे ट्रेनिंग करवाया था at Lords. And by the way, that in that famous test match where Kiran More dropped, only test match where anybody has scored more runs than Shubman Gill. 456, Graham Gooch, 1990, 333 and 123 against India after Kiran More dropped him early. So that famous test match where this story happened, Manoj Prabhakar and Bishan Singh Bedi, that the bowler will reach the batter faster than the ball because the team was so fit. On that note, shall we?
Yes, we
Okay.
shall.
Time for us to close. It's we've had a long day. We've done many lives for you. Tomorrow morning, watch our 10 a.m. We
Lots
will give you
coming your way.
details of the weather, what we expect. 12 noon, Gargi and I break down India's practice session in detail with our 10 pointers. And then 1:45 India time, the two of us back live, building up to what promises to be an absolute cracker of a test match. Thank you very much, folks, for joining us, for all the support that we've got, for all the criticisms that we've got, for all the constructive comments that we've got, and for all the love that you guys have shown. Thank you very much for watching.